Good evening everyone and welcome to another special edition of Global Commerce Insights, your trusted source for decoding international frameworks. I'm Dhananjay.
And I'm Umesha.
Introducing our team today.
Today we will be diving into one of the cornerstone of global trade governance, the General Agreement of Tariffs and Trade, also known as GATT.
That's right. GATT played a fundamental role in shaping international trade long before the World Trade Center came into being. But how exactly did it? And why was it needed? Let's take a look at the background of the GATT. We can tell us how and why it came to existence.
Yes, General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade was established in 1947 as a multilateral treaty among 23 countries. It aimed to promote peace and prosperity through rules-based global trade.
Okay, let's go with our professor H.A. Pereira, who is specialized in business economics at University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. Over to you, Umesha, to ask the questions regarding our topic.
Now let's understand the why behind it. So, Professor Pasindu, what were the key issues it intended to solve and what purpose did it serve in the post-war era?
Yes, Umesha, let's talk about that. The General Agreement on Tariff and Trade or GATT was established with very clear set of objectives. Primarily, it aimed to reduce trade barriers, things like tariff and quotas that were hindering international trade. By doing so, it sought to promote fair and open competition among nations and ultimately drive global economic growth. However, despite these noble goals, GATT faced several challenges. One significant issue was the imbalance between developed and developing countries. Many developing nations struggled to compete on equal footing, leading to concerns about inequality in the benefit of trade. Additionally, GATT lacked strong enforcement mechanisms, making it difficult to ensure that countries actually complied with the rules. These limitations eventually led to the establishment of the World Trade Organization in 1995, which aimed to address some of those gaps.
Thank you, Professor, for your valuable explanation. Now let's talk with one of the leading economics in the industry, Ms. Pasindi. Ms. Pasindi, can you tell what are the main objectives of GATT and is there any specific agreement you are focusing on?
Thank you for the question, Dhananjay. As a legal framework, the main objective of GATT is to promote international trade by reducing barriers like tariffs and quotas. From a legal point of view, GATT aims to create a rules-based system that ensures transparency, predictability, and fairness in global trade. It encourages free trade by limiting protectionist policies, ensures fair competition by preventing practices like dumping or discriminatory treatment, and helps stabilize trade relations among countries. Legally, it also provides mechanisms for dispute resolution and expectations under Article X. For example, to protect public morals, human health, or the environment. So in short, that lays the legal foundation for the fair and open global trade, which is now continued through the World Trade Organization. I hope you got the answer.
Moving on, GATT is known for certain universal trade principles. So can you highlight some of the most important ones that shape its foundation?
Thank you. As a delegate of the World Trade Organization, I am pleased to have the opportunity to give you a brief introduction to the GATT agreement today. GATT is an international agreement that began in 1947. It was implemented with the aim of promoting open trade between countries, especially by reducing technical barriers and import duties. It has several basic rules or principles. First one is most favored nation. It means all members are treated equally. No one is given special advantages. Second one is national treatment. It means domestic goods and imports should be treated equally. Next, transparency. Transparency means trade rules should be published and accessible to the public mandatory. And next, special advantages for developing countries. Given more time and flexibility to countries like Sri Lanka. Finally, GATT also provide an opportunity to resolve issues through peaceful discussions. Today, the principles of the GATT agreement are still alive in the WTO. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ashika. Next question. We need to know how deep does GATT go? Can you explain its legal obligations and how broadly it covers global trade sectors?
Thank you, Amesha, for that thoughtful question. GATT, or the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, had quite a comprehensive scope from a government policy perspective. It wasn't merely a set of guidelines, it was a robust international trade league. GATT addressed crucial areas like tariffs, quotas, and a broader regulation of trading goods. But beyond its wide coverage, its legal strength came from the binding obligation it placed on the member countries. Once trade terms are negotiated, countries were legally required to stick to them. This helped ensure predictability and fairness in global trade, which was vital for both developed and developing economics. So, in sense, GATT not only structured global trade rules, it also enforced them through legal commitments, making its foundational pillar of international economic relations.
We have seen what GATT includes, but what sets apart. Geshma, could you walk us through some of its unique features?
GATT has very unique features. First one is flexibility. While GATT aims to liberalize trade, it isn't rigid. It recognizes that countries may sometimes need to restrict trade, for example, to protect public health reserves, the environment, or uphold moral standards. Second, GATT grew through negotiation-based progress. Through multiple regions, round trade rules didn't stay static. They evolved, adapting to new global challenges and preparing the way of the formations of the WTO. GATT served as the backbones of international trade governance. It provides structure and predictability even throughout being a formal organization. GATT also includes provisions for developing countries. These nations were given special treatment to help them integrate into global economy, including longer timeline and more flexibility in applying rules. Finally, under Article XX, GATT allows expectations to trade rules, meaning the country can legally restrict trade to protect things like public moral, human and animal health, natural resources, or to ensure compliance with domestic laws.
Thank you, Geshma. Let's move to the real world applications. Ms. Nuri and Ms. Nikini, can you present the World Trade Organization dispute cases that shows how GATT works in?
When we talk about United States reformulated gasoline 1996. In this case, the United States introduced environmental regulation for cleaner gasoline, but here the catch, they made the rules stricter for imported gasoline than for domestic fuel. Venezuela and Brazil challenged it. When we talk about legal perspective, the World Trade Organization ruled the US was in violation of Article 33 of GATT, which ensure equal
treatment for foreign and domestic product. The United States tried to justify it under Article 20, which allows environmental protection, but the World Trade Organization said the rule was applied unfairly.
When next we talk about Japan alcoholic beverage number 2 case. Japan imposed high tax on important alcoholic drink like vodka and whiskey, while keeping low tax on the local drink like soju. The USA, European Union and Canada filed complaints. So under GATT article number 3.2, that's not going. Even if the drink are not identical, if they are directly competitive or substitutable, there must be tax equity. The WHO ruled Japan's tax system unfair and discriminatory. This case set a key procedure. Even if products are not identical, they must still be treated equally if they compete.
Now let's talk about case 3 relating to GATT, European Communities Banana Tree case. This one caused quite a stir in Europe and Latin America. The EU gave special important benefits to bananas from former colonies in Africa and the Caribbean, leaving Latin American banana exporters at a disadvantage. So the US joined the case because American companies were affected too. The World Trade Organization found the EU in breach of GATT Article 1, the most favored nation principle. All World Trade Organization members must be treated equally. No favoritism. Also, the EU's quotas broke Article 13, which requires fair allocation among countries. That was insightful. Let's go for another one. What's another key case that illustrates GATT's impact in practice?
Let's turn to a major public health case under GATT, e.g. asbestos. In this dispute, France banned the import and sale of asbestos, a dangerous substance known to cause cancer. Canada challenged this ban at the WTO, arguing that violated the national treatment rule under GATT Article 3. Canada claimed that France was treating Canadian asbestos products less favorably than domestic alternatives such as fiberglass. But France defended the ban under GATT Article 3, which allows inspection for measuring necessary to protect human life for health. The WTO cited the France, confirming that protecting human health is a valid reason to restrict trade. The key was that France applied the rule fairly and non-discriminatory, targeting all asbestos. This case set an important precedent. GATT permit trade restrictions when a country can prove they are all essential to protect health and are not used to unfairly block trade.
We hope this discussion gave you a clear look at the role GATT plays in shaping international commerce. So, thanks to our brilliant panel for breaking it down.
Thank you for joining us, Global Commerce Insight.
Stay tuned and keep questioning the law.